టుమారో అంటే టుమారో బుక్ చేస్తాను. उसको बोले मैं जाती हूँ। हाँ
Hello everyone, how are you all? I am very fine. Thanks for asking. And still some people are yet to come. Okay, let's wait 4 minutes, 3 minutes more, then we will begin without any delay. What are classes? Can anybody tell me? Let's start with a quick revision. What do you mean by class? Okay, what do class contain? What inside it? Can anybody tell me? What do class contain? Okay, and what are objects? What are objects? What are objects? Yeah, what are objects? What do you mean by objects? Variable of what? Variable of what? What are objects and what are attributes? What are attributes and what are objects? Okay, what are the doubts you are having with objects and classes? Tell me. See here, in real life programming, what we have separate files of codes. Okay, you don't have single file of code, but we have separate files of code, 10, 12, any number of files that can be there, all together are to be used to execute a software. Okay, all together are to be used to execute a software. Fine, some code is here in this file, some code is here, some code is here, some code is here. Now, as per my need, I will use these codes present in any of the files and will execute whatever I want to. Okay, in real life software, what we do, we make multiple files of code, not one file, but multiple files of code. Now, some code is written here, some code is here, some code is here, some code is here. Why we do so? Because code is large. You don't think that the 10 lines of code we are writing today is real life software, but it may go up to 10 to the power 6 lines of code for a single software. Okay, so what we do, we divide all these things into separate files. Some features are here in file 1, let's say, some features are here, some features are here, some features are here. So in Python, how can we do this? So Python gives me, okay, how can I do that? I can make classes. What I can do, I can make classes and can separate the codes in files. What I have to do, I have to make classes and then write those classes into a file and can keep and I can keep them separately. Now, okay, what I will do inside a file, will make classes. Now, how do we make a class? How do we make a class? How do we make a class? We simply write class keyword first and then the class name. Class is a keyword here. And then what? I give whatever name of the class I want to give. Let's say ABC. Okay. Inside class, what we have, what we do in a code, we have some data, right? We keep data. Let's say A equal to 1, B equal to 2, C equal to 3. We keep data inside the class and some methods. I want to add, let's say I want to add A and B. I will give a method here for adding A and B. Okay. Now with another method, I want to add B and C. Let's say I will define separate for that. This method will do what? Add. This will add A and B. This will add B and C. Okay. And another method may be there. Another method may be there. Let's say this is the first method. This is the second method. Another method may be there. This will do what? Multiply A and C. Once I call it, this will multiply A and C. Okay. So what do class have? Some data inside it. And to operate on this data, I have some methods. Okay. To do operations with whatever data inside the class I have, I define methods. Okay. The data I have inside the class, this A equal to 1, B equal to 2, C equal to 3 are called attributes. What kind of attributes? Class attributes, properties of the class. Till this point, is it clear? First tell me. First tell me, till this point, is it clear what we do? In real life software, what happens? I mean, we need to keep multiple files of code for running a software. Okay. So in Python, how can we do this? Using classes. Okay. We can have separate files of our classes. These classes can be used in some other file. Okay. Again and again as per our need. What are classes now? See here. How do we define classes first? Class keyword. Okay. Now the class name and inside third brackets. I can have some data, and whatever data I am defining inside the class, to operate on them, only on them, I have some methods. Okay. And that method will, I have to define those methods, and I will decide how those methods will be working solely upon me. It's not that anybody else will do. I will define the class and I will decide how these functions will be working. Nothing else. Moreover, whatever data is kept inside, I will be deciding that. Now, what kind of classes are there? Some are inbuilt by Python, some are inbuilt, and some are user made. Okay. Fine. Now we are taking the topic right now. How do we make user made classes? What are attributes? Can you tell me now? What are attributes? Please tell me once, all of you. What are the attributes? Please tell me of a class. Properties or variables that whatever data variables I declare inside the class are called its attributes. Similarly, if you define a list here, okay, a list of integers, this too is an attribute of the class. Okay. To work on it, this data I'm having inside a class, I can have some method. I may have, I may not have. That's upon me. If this is a user made class, I may define some method for it, I may not. It's upon me. Okay. Okay, now first thing, whenever you define a method inside a class, you have a rule to follow. Whenever I define a method of a class, I have a rule to follow. I have to mention first parameter as self. Okay. I have to, else this method won't work. This is what rule, you have to follow this. Python, by this self, Python will identify that, yeah, present class, this method belongs to class ABC. Okay. This method particularly belongs to class ABC, and outside this class, I cannot have an access to it. Okay. And now, whatever attributes I have defined here, these are called what? Specifically, these are called class attributes. Okay. These are what you call class attributes. Okay. All of you got it? Tell me here. Now, is it clear? What are class? What are attributes? I can have data inside my class, and those data variables are called attributes. Okay. And to operate on the data inside the class, I can have methods. That's all. Now to define, okay, inside a class, I want to define a method. Okay. I have to define a method. So first parameter that I have to give inside the class is self. This is a parameter. Okay. If you give this self, Python will, whatever class you have defined inside whatever class you have defined this method, Python will identify that, okay, this particular method belongs to class ABC. If you don't give this self, you cannot execute it. Firstly, okay, you will get an error. Will get an error. Is this point clear to all of you? How will we define the methods? What are class attributes? How we define classes? What kind of classes are there? One type is inbuilt, another is user made. Okay, till this point, is it clear? Please tell me. Yeah, tell me, what's the doubt? Memon, Shanmukh?
Sir,
Yeah, tell me.
this is my first class for the classes. Last class I was not there. Can you repeat once again? I was not get this one.
Okay, I will repeat. Just wait. Memon, tell me what's the doubt?
Hello, sir.
Yes, tell me.
No, sir, the class is first you have to write the class, and after next open brackets, and we have to done in that brackets is called attributes.
Fact is, you don't need this these things. Okay, these are C++ kind of syntax. You don't need to follow. Rather than giving these brackets, you have to follow the spacings and all. Okay, that was my mistake that I mentioned here. The double colon you require after declaring this class. Okay, then the spacings and all has to be followed.
Class and double colon.
Okay. Let me explain again. How do we define classes? Firstly, this class keyword. Okay. Class keyword, class name, next class name. Okay, let's say ABC. Now give colon and then start with some uniform spacing, whatever you want to keep inside the class. Okay, let's say A equal to 1, B equal to 2, C equal to 3. All these things are called what you call data members of the class. Data members. Okay, there is a specific term that is used for this data members of a class. Those are what you call class attributes. Okay, fine. Now inside the class, I have, these are my class data. Okay, to operate on them, I have to use some methods. These are the rulings of a class, that if a particular data resides inside a class, you can operate on them using methods. Okay, def, let's say this is my first function, and okay, let's write some name of it. Let's say def f1 is my function, and this will do what? Add A and B. A equal to A plus B, let's say. Next, I have another, let's say, method that will do what? Add, that will multiply B and C. Okay. And now let's say I have another method. I have another method, F3, that will increase the value of B by 1. That's all. Some kind of methods that I have written. This will do what? Change the values of A and B like this. Okay. Now for each method that I want to declare inside a class, the first parameter should be self. Whether you give inside this method anything or not, you have to mention self. Okay, this keyword. This self, by this self, Python will identify that, okay, this def f1 is a part of class ABC. Okay, so without any object of class ABC, you cannot access this method. Why? Because this is defined inside a class. Till here, is it clear, everyone? Yes. When you declare a method outside a class, okay, not within the class, but outside a class, this self is not required. But when you define a method inside a class, this self is required. Okay. Not outside the class, but inside the class, if you define a method, you have to give this self as the first parameter. Okay. When you define a method inside a class, you have to, that means this particular method is a class method. Without this class object, you cannot access this particular method. You cannot. Okay. Why this self is coming, we will take that as of now. Okay. Just keep in mind that whenever I define a method inside a class, the first parameter should be self. Till here, is everything clear? Please tell me. Okay, fine. Now see. This class ABC I have defined, right? Class ABC I have defined. Whatever, I have written some kind of code here, some data, some methods. I can utilize this class as a data type. Just like int, float, string. Just like these data types, I can utilize this particular class as a data type. Now, suppose I want to declare a variable A that will be having data type as class ABC. So how can I declare that? By giving this syntax, class name, and after that first brackets. This is how. Likewise, you give direct values, right? A equal to 1, B equal to 3, something like that. Python automatically interprets that, okay, this particular variable will store an integer. By writing this ABC, Python will do what? It will understand that, okay, this A is of data type class ABC. This A has type ABC. Now, what data A should have inside it? Data type is ABC. So what data it should have inside it? It will have, let's say inside class ABC, I have declared E equal to 1, F equal to 2. Now what Python will do once I write this, Python will do what? Inside this A, make a copy of all data. Make a copy of all data. Okay. Make a copy of all data and assign that to A. That, okay, now once this ABC is being written here, what we do is that we assume that A is having type ABC. Now, what Python will do, will make a copy of all these data that this class ABC is having and will assign it to A. Now, what are the contents of A? This E equal to 1, F equal to 2. Such kind of thing, such kind of declaration that A equal to ABC is what we call making objects of class. This is what we call making objects of a class. Whenever you declare a variable that is of type some class, we make objects of that class, not variables. There is a term for that, objects of a class. Let's take an example now. Okay. Okay, what is the class name you want to give? Tell me. How will we define class? First tell me class. What is the class name you want to give? Okay, Ateneo. Class Ateneo. Okay. Fine, done. Inside that, what data you want to keep? Number of students, let's say, okay. Or better, let's give our class Bhaba. Okay. Now inside this, let's keep what is the number of students, strength of our class. Class strength. What is it? 50, I guess, right? 50. And who is the batch representative? Who is the batch representative?
Deepa.
Okay, Deepa. Let's keep it. Okay. Okay, fine. Now, anything else we can keep inside that? Tell me what data you want to keep inside this class. Tell me first something. Batch representative. Yeah, sorry.
CC.
CC is what?
Assignments.
How can you keep that inside Baba?
Listing.
Any meaningful data you want to keep?
And students' names, all the students' names.
Okay, let's keep few students' name. Okay, students, right? Let's keep students. Inside that first, whose name to come first? Tell me. Amar, let's
Amar.
say. Yeah, next. Kanhu. Next. Gokul. Now next, let's start with Deepa because Deepa is a batch representative, right? We should keep her name first. Yeah. Then Amar, then Kanhu, then Gokul. Now last, let's keep Shazia, okay? Fine. Kept. Okay. These are the data I want to kept, okay? Class strength is 50. Okay. Anything else you want to keep? Anything else you want to keep?
So batch coordinator.
Okay, okay. Batch coordinator. Fine. Who is it? Megha Goswami. Is it?
Yes, sir.
Okay. Okay. Anything else you want to keep inside it? Anything else you want to keep inside it? Okay, now let's define some methods inside that. Let's say some more students get added. Then what will I do? Some more student inside my Bhaba class gets added. Then what will you do? Let's define a method. Def add students. If add student, this is what a method by which what will I do? I will increase the class strength. Okay. So how I have to define the method inside it? First parameter should be what? Self, right? The first parameter will be self. And let's take a parameter number of students that have got added to the batch. Okay. Fine. Number of students is a parameter. And now let's do something. This method will do what? Increase my class strength by how much? Tell me. Number of students, right? Number of students. Done. Any other method? Okay, now let's not keep this as students because student has to be 50. Let's keep it as top performers. Let's assume that, yeah, Deepa, Amar, Kanu, Gokul, and Shazi are the top performers along with Saurabh, let's say. Okay, yeah, fine. Done. Now, let's say I want to change the batch coordinator. I want to change the batch coordinator. Some other method should be there, yeah, right? For that, def, let's name it change batch coordinator. Okay, what should be there inside it? Self. Now let's say, yeah, let's take the, okay, let's take new coordinator as our, as a parameter. And what will I do with the batch? I will assign new coordinator to the batch coordinator. Okay, I will assign inside whatever value I'm having inside the batch coordinator, I will change it to the new coordinator. Okay, done. Any other method you want to do? Any other method you want to have? Have some ideas. Any other method you want?
I think self dot batch coordinator is equal to new coordinator.
Yes, yes, you are correct. Okay, okay, we'll take that. Any other method you want? Okay, let's suppose in some monthly test we have some other one student as our top performer, and that will be added to the top performer list. One student more. How will we do that? Def add top performer. Okay. First it will be self, then new top performer, let's say. Okay, what will happen? Top performers dot append, right? New top performer, add this. Add this to the list that I am having. Top performer is a list of top performers, list of students. Those have performed really well inside my, in the present, let's say, present month's assessment. And yeah, these are what you call, whatever we have, these four things. Tell me, what are these things I have defined inside a class?
Attributes.
What are these things? What are these four called? What are these data called?
Attributes.
Class attributes,
Okay.
right? Class attributes. Okay, why? Because these are data members of the class. Wait, right? And what are these things called? What are they called? What are they called? Class methods, right?
Yeah.
By these methods, what we can do, change this data, correct? We can change, manipulate, access, whatever we want to, we can do that by these methods. Okay, we can change, update, delete, whatever we want to, any data that are present inside my class among the data members by these methods. Without these methods, if you want, you cannot. This is the ruling of the class. Okay, fine. Or in a more better way, let's say, in a better manner, we want to have some operations on it. We want to have some operations of the class. So how will I do that? For a better practice, I will define some methods, and this method will do some work for me. Okay, okay, let's fit. Okay, now this is done, correct? Now let's say this class is done. This class has been defined. Now what will I do to access these data? This is a class, right? This is what I said. I can utilize this as a data type. So if this is a data type, entire data should be present inside a variable to be used or not. This is what I can use this entire thing as a data type, correct? This entire thing, I can use it inside data. Whatever it is, I can use the entire thing as a data type. Okay, now. So definitely, if I can use it as a data type, I can declare variables of this type. Is it correct or not? If class Bhaba is a data type, then I can declare variables that are having this type. Is it correct or not? If int is a data type, I can have a variable of data type int. Then if class Bhaba is 2, a data type, I can have variable of type class Bhaba, isn't it or not? Now, how will I declare that? For that, the syntax is what you want to name a variable of class Bhaba. Tell me. Any name you prefer? Okay, yeah, batch 2021, correct? Batch 2021. Let's say this is my variable name, and this is of type what? Bhaba. How will I declare? Bhaba and these double brackets. Okay. If you want to have a variable of type class Bhaba, how will I declare? How will I declare? Variable name equal to class name along with double brackets, double first brackets. Okay. Is it clear? How will I declare? First tell me that. Okay, let's try running this, whether we are correct here or not. Tell me first, is this clear? How will we declare objects? How will I declare variables of a class? Okay, now let's try running this first. Okay, yeah, this is completely getting executed. No problem at all. Okay. Now, one thing is that variables that I have declared, if class Bhaba is a data type, I can have a variables of it, correct? Now, batch 2021 is the variable name that is of type Bhaba, correct? What are these variables called? Objects. Objects of class Bhaba. These variables are called class attributes. And a variable that is of type Bhaba is called objects of the class. Correct? Now clear what are attributes and what are objects? Is it clear now? Tell me, have some response.
Yes, sir.
All of you, please respond.
Yes, sir.
Yes, sir, clear.
Yes, sir, clear, sir.
So when we are making an object, can we use any name?
Yeah, batch 2021, that's the name of the object.
Okay. Like as per the program changes, we can use any name, right?
Yeah, any name you want to, you can, no problem at all.
Using
Okay.
this object, we are calling the
Yeah, we are what now? Okay, yeah. Let's see one by one. Everything will go step by step.
Okay.
Okay, yeah. Fine. Shall I rub this everything? Okay. Fine. Declared object, correct. Now from now onwards for class variables, we will do what? Say that this is what object of the class. Now inside this object, what we have? These data, right? What I've said. What I have said, whenever we declare an object, this batch is what? A batch 2021 is an object. Inside that, what will happen? Copy of the entire class data will be there. Copy of this class strength 50, batch representative Deepa, then the list of top performers, everything will be present inside batch 2021. Okay. A copy of entire data will be present. How will I access this? This batch 2021 is having data. What data? That is present inside the class. Entire data is present as a copy inside batch 2021. How will I access them? How will I access them? Let's try accessing now. First, I want to access this class strength. How will I access? Write the variable, write the object name, batch 2021 dot class strength. Okay. Let's try printing this. Let's say the number of students in a class in Bhaba batch is okay. Let's try doing this. Let's see whether we are accessing it or not. Okay. Okay. Is it coming correct? The number of students in Bhaba batch is 50. How we have accessed that? How I have accessed this? What I've told previously. Inside batch 2021, whatever data of this entire Bhaba class is data only. Okay, only the data. This entire data will be present, will be copied into batch 2021. So what will I have? Class strength equal to 50. Batch representative is Deepa, and all the data that I have will be copied into this batch 2021 object. How will I access this? Object name. Object name first. Object name dot the attribute name. Okay. How I have accessed that? Whatever data is present inside the object, how I have accessed that? Object name dot class attribute name. Okay. Right here. Object name and the class attribute name. Is it clear? How will I access the data inside batch 2021 object? Tell me first.
Yes, sir.
Okay, similarly, I want to access the list of top performers. Similarly, I want to access the list of top performers. How will I do? Can anybody tell me? I want to print the list of top performers are there. How will I do?
Top performer of the class is?
Okay, top performers rather, because this is a list, right?
Yeah.
Top performers of the class is?
Batch.
How will I access?
Batch 2021.
Batch 2021 dot top performers, right?
Yeah.
Let's try printing this. Coming?
Yes.
Coming? Is it correct? Deepa, Amar, Kanhu, Gokul, Shazia, Saurabh. Everything has got printed. How I have accessed that? Object name dot top performers. The attribute name in which I have stored this particular data. Is this completely clear? How I have accessed the attributes inside the class object that is present?
So can we
Hello, sir.
access any?
Okay, wait, yeah. Tell me.
Sir, can we access any particular name from the list?
Yes, with the help of indices.
Okay.
This
Sir,
is the
please
list,
show.
right? Okay, yeah. I want to keep, let's say. Okay, I think something got.
Hello, sir.
Yes.
Sir, in add top performer function, you have to give the new top performer as a parameter, but you didn't give any parameter.
I haven't used it yet. Have I called this function? I will come to this point. Just wait. Okay, I am just showing how can you access the attributes as of now inside the object. Okay, so okay, yeah, you want to add what? Batch 2021. This is what? Okay, what was it? Top performance, right? Yeah. Now suppose that any particular, who is the first top performer I wanted to add? I want to print. How will I do this? The first top performer of the class. Okay, so suppose Deepa is the topmost girl of the class. How will I print that? The topper of the class is. Okay, who is she? How can I access that? Object name. Inside, how will I access the list? First, object name. Inside the object, how can I access the list? Batch the object name dot top performers, and then what will I do?
The
0.
It's a list index.
Okay, list index.
Yeah.
Likewise, we access first element of the list. Similarly, we will do that for the attributes of the class always. One thing extra that will be coming is the object name and dot. Okay, let's try printing this. Clear, let's say, yeah. Have I saved it? Yes. Okay, coming, fine. The topper of the class is Deepa. This is what inside the, let's say, batch 2021, every data of my class is present, is copied into where? The object itself, inside the object itself. How will I access that? Object name dot the attribute name. Now the present attribute that I'm having, top performers, is what? A list. This is what? A list. So the first element of the list, how can I access? Object name dot attribute name of that top performance of what? 0. If I give the index, I can simply print the name of my first top performer of the list. That's all. All clear?
Yes, sir.
Sir, I have a doubt.
Yeah, tell me.
Sir, why are we using this object when we can't we use the class name dot top performer or something like that?
We'll come to that point. Just have some patience. We'll come to that point. Why will be having this? Okay. Okay, yeah. Fine. Now let's come to the point. How will we access? How will we call the methods that are present inside the class? Okay, these are all what I have accessed.
attributes.
I've accessed the attributes, correct? Now I want to call. Okay, yeah, let's write here first. By this week, you will get all the codes. Sorry for the delay because I was busy with some of my works. Okay, by this week, surely we'll get your codes, all of the codes that we have done here so far. Accessing attributes. Okay, now fine. Next, calling methods, let's say, from object. Now see, I want to call the methods that I have. I want to call, let's say, this add students method first. First, let's come here. This add student method I want to call through my Bhaba batch object. How can I do that? Okay. So how? Just like batch 2021 dot and the method name, let's say. What is the method name? Add students. First write the object name, then the method name, then give one parameter. You have to mention an extra self, okay? But you have to give the meaningful parameters that you have. Number of students only I have to give as my input. Self is what? For identifying that this particular method is residing is inside a class. This no parameter I have to give, no particular value I have to give for this self. Okay, I have to give for rest of the parameters that I have defined, not for this self. Okay. Now let's say I want to add 3 more students inside my class. Okay. Let's try, and then I will do what? Let's print. After this, let's print add students. Not add students, but yeah. Let's print batch 2021 dot batch strength, right? Class strength, sorry. Okay, now let's print. After yeah, I have added 3 students. Okay, what had happened? Okay, great. Now it's giving me an error. While calling batch 2021.class strength, I have called it right, but it is saying me that at line 355, class is equal to class strength plus number of students. Class strength referenced before assignment, something like that. Error is coming. Unbounded local error. Why? This is saying me that okay. This is saying me that okay, you have a class strength inside the class. You want to access it here. But this is not the way to access that. Whatever data I have inside my class strength, by just writing its name, I cannot access that inside a class method. Why?
You are not using self.
Yes.
I mean.
So to access inside a method to access these data, I have to use the keyword self. Now let's see how with using self I can access the data. Okay. Self dot class strength equal to self dot class strength plus number of students. Okay. This is what I have given here. Now see whether it's working or not. Okay. 53 now it's coming. Okay. 50 was there, added 3. 50 was there, I have added by calling here by giving the parameter 3. I have said, okay, this number of students, I am giving 3. 3 students have to be added. Do what? Whatever is the present class strength, access that, and to that add the number of students. That's all. And now I want to access this class strength inside a class. This is what a class parameter, correct? Sorry, it is a class attribute. How will I access that inside class method? By this self keyword. Okay. Okay. Is it fine or not? How we have accessed what this self means? Present class strength. Whatever the class strength variable is present inside the Bhava class, to that add the number of students. That's all. Nothing else. That's why this 50 is getting updated to 53. Now for this particular self, no particular value I want to give when I'm calling the function. Only for the number of students I have to give some value when I am calling this add students outside the class. Is this clear what we have done?
Excuse me, sir.
Yes.
Sir, can you repeat this point again?
Okay, what we have seen that when I have just written class strength equal to class strength plus number of students. So I was getting an error. So Python was telling me that this is not the way to access any class attribute inside a method. To access that, I have to add this self dot before the attribute name so that this particular class strength gets updated. Okay.
Okay, sir. Thank you.
Sir, if the method is defined outside of the class,
you cannot access, you cannot even access this data. Outside the class, what I said, class data can only be accessed by class methods. Outside this, you cannot, whatever method you define, you cannot access this data, whatever is present inside this class.
Okay.
Okay. Fine. Till here, is it clear? Please tell me.
Yes, sir.
Yes,
All
sir.
of you, all of you, all of you, please have some response. Yeah.
सर ये inside the class भी कॉल कर सकते हैं क्या फंक्शन को?
कर सकते हो, कोई प्रॉब्लम नहीं है, पर किसी मेथड के अंदर करना पड़ेगा.
डायरेक्ट नहीं कर सकते क्या?
ओके चलो करेंगे एक बार आफ्टरवर्ड्स. पहले देख लेते हैं थोड़ा बहुत, फिर आफ्टरवर्ड्स ट्राई करेंगे डायरेक्ट कर सकते हैं या नहीं कर सकते. Okay, fine. Now let's say, yeah, new top performer I want to add inside this list. Okay, I want to add inside this top performer list. Inside what? Yeah, inside top performers list, I want to add the name Junaid, let's say. Okay. Printed it now. How will I do this? Top performer I want to add. How will I do this?
Batch 2021.
Batch 2021 dot
Top
add,
performer.
add top performer, right? This one.
Yeah.
And then what I will give Junaid, let's say.
Name. Yeah.
Junaid. Now let's try printing.
Print. Batch 21.
Batch 2021 dot
Add top performer.
top performers, right? Let's try doing this. Okay, this is not coming good. Again, name error. Top performance not defined.
Self.
Okay, just let me see top performance. Okay, fine. What is wrong? What is wrong? Self, right? Self dot top. Self dot top performers dot append new top performers. This is all. Let's now try. Okay, Junaid got added successfully. Junaid got added successfully or not? Now Junaid is also a topper of the.
So can we add that Junaid in first position if we give the index?
Insert function. You can use the insert function. You can, but you have to change it here. Then, once I am calling this method, I don't know what is written here.
Yeah.
So who is defined the person who is defining that particular method, he has to change that dot insert. Okay. One thing keep in the mind. This particular class that I have defined, only user knows about it. Sorry, not the user, but the person who owns it. He only knows. I don't know. If I am a user of this class, I don't know what is the data inside it and what particular inside a particular method what has been done. I just know one thing, how I will utilize this particular method. This is given to the user. User knows only one thing. This add student is a method of this class. How will I utilize this? Nothing else. No other data as well as the implementation of about the class you know. Okay. Keep this in mind. What happens here? This is what a feature of the class. Only the outside user who is using this class knows what are the methods present there and how can I use that method. Nothing else the user outside this class knows. That's all. Okay, how we have printed? Is this still point? Till this point, is it clear? All of you? So another mistake I think we have inside our code is here what I have to write self.batch coordinator, right? Just tell me any more doubt. This is what a method, any method, let's say top performer. I want to define it. This is my class. I can have any definition of it as I want. If somebody wants that, yeah, I will not append new top performers. I will do what? I will insert that at the first position. You can do that. Okay. This is my class. How the methods will be defined, that's upon me. There is no why on this. Okay. There is no why on this. Particularly, some person have defined this class. He wants to use it in that way. That's all. Great. Okay, done about how we will access the methods.
Yes, sir.
You can do anything with your class. That's your choice. Okay, done. Okay. Done. Now see one thing. Bhava is what? First see here. So what are class methods? What are class attributes? Can you now define? Yes, Memon, please ask. What's the problem? Just tell me. Is this an acceptable operation on list? Can we do something like this? Is this an acceptable operation on the list? This is not acceptable, but that particular plus is acceptable on strings. For adding at the end, you have to use the append. Okay, the append method. Okay, fine. Let's move ahead. Fine. Let's move ahead. First, see. We can see. Okay, see one thing. This is what class Bhava is a data type, correct? We have utilized that as a data type, isn't it or not? Okay. This is a data type or not? First tell me. Have we made variables of it successfully? What those variables are called? Objects, isn't it? Class has what? Now, whenever I declare this particular object, what will happen? Whatever data is present inside class Bhava, that will do what? That will get copied here inside batch 2021. All those data will be get copied. Okay. Now, when I'm calling batch 2021 dot class strength, okay, that means whatever is the copied version present inside batch 2021, access that. Don't access this, but access the copied version. Getting my point? Whatever is the copied version inside my object, I am accessing that, not the class variable, class attributes, original class attributes. You are getting me or not? When I write batch 2021 dot class attributes, that means whatever the copied variable this object is having, access that and change that. Don't touch these particular data that are present in the original class. Don't touch that. Okay. Now tell me one thing. Okay. Now tell me one thing. That means if this is true, whatever I've told, if this is true, then when I create another object, I should get this data only, this original data back, isn't it or not? Let's say batch 2021 dot class strength I have increased by 3. Okay. This is what I have increased by 3. This is what I've done. Okay. Changed the 2021 strength to 53 and then printed it. Let's say. Now, if I define another object, let's say batch, let's say now batch 2020 was there, let's say, or rather batch 2021. What name you want to give? Another object. Let's say another object. Any other name? Suggest something you want to give to the. Okay, yeah. Let's say batch 2022, and let's say that too was 50, and I have defined it what at sorry. Yeah. How will I define it, Baba? Correct now. Now tell me inside this batch 2022, what you should get ideally. What you should get ideally. This is
Class-
the class. This is the class data,
attributes.
correct? And what I said when I say batch 2021 dot class strength, whatever is the copied version inside my object batch 2021, access that and change that. Add to this particular attribute inside it 3. Now batch 2022, I am declaring as another object. Inside that, what data should be present? Can anybody tell me?
Class attributes.
That's fine. But yeah,
First data, sir.
see, now tell me, if this is true, batch 2021 will access the copied version inside it and change that. Then what should be the class strength inside batch 2022? Have some response.
Class strength will be increased.
50.
If this is true, what I said, batch 2021 will have its own copy of class strength, batch representative, everything. So if I declare batch 2022 of type Baba, what should be present as the
50,
value
sir.
of class strength? 50,
50, sir.
Or it is
50.
50. Yeah.
50?
Sir, 50.
Okay, now. Okay.
All the variables are in the class Baba.
Okay, great. 50. How many of you agree with 50? How many of you say 53?
I agree with 50.
I agree
That
with
is the initialized one, right?
50.
All are update of that.
How
Sir,
many
I
of you say
didn't
50?
understand the question, sir. Please say it again.
I say, if this batch 2021 object is there, inside all the class data that I am having, all the class attributes will be copied, right? For as a data part. Now, when I say batch 2021 dot class strength, and to that I add 3, that means what? Whatever is the copied version inside, you change that. Don't touch this data, but change in the version that you are having inside yourself. So I declare another object batch 2022. Inside that, what should be the value of class strength? This is the question.
53.
Why 53 and why not 50? 53 is what I have changed inside this batch 2021, right?
Yes.
Inside the whatever the class strength is, I have changed inside it, not done anything to this. So class strength should be 50. Is it true?
Yes.
Sir, but we are making the object of the class. Whatever we change with the object will always change with the class.
What I said, this entire data will be copied. It will have its own copied version. This data should not get affected. All the data will be copied inside batch 2021. Correct. So batch 2022 ideally should have 50 inside it, correct? How many of you agree? Class strength, if I say batch 2021 dot class strength will be having 53 and batch 2022 will be having class strength 50. How many of you agree with me here?
So me.
Agree,
And-
sir.
And how
I
many of you
agree with you,
disagree?
sir.
Sir, may agree, sir.
Fully agree or don't?
Fully agree.
Sir, I agree.
Sir, inside, you can create 2 objects in same class.
Yes, multiple objects I can.
Okay.
Suppose with the same name, class Baba. Baba will be the batch name. In 2022, some other batch will be coming. 2022.
Sir, we will write different method for batch 2022. No?
If I want, I can. Or let's suppose some methods are what? Common.
Maybe different, new one, right? Or common or something. Maybe we
Yeah.
can add.
Will come. Means how can we add more methods? How can we do something else? We'll come to them all of one by one. Just first focus on the basics, what we can do.
Okay.
Now, okay, 50 should be there or 53?
50.
53, how many? 50, how much? How many?
50.
I'm 50, sir. I'm
Great.
dead.
Okay, now let's see what our result is coming. Whatever result is coming, let's see. I have done what with the class declared batch 2021 and have changed, added the strength by 3, increased the strength by 3. Batch 2022, again I have declared. Now let's try accessing. Print batch 2022 dot, what should I print? Class strength, right? Now let's try printing. Okay. Okay, let's not print here, print it inside. Just see that. Yeah. Okay, now better keep it. No need to do anything. Here, okay, fine. Okay, am I getting 50? Am I getting 50 as my answer?
Yes.
Why not 53?
Because it is
Because,
copying
sir,
the
batch
original
2021 is the
file.
update version,
So that is updated value.
which is not given by batch in 2022.
Okay, suppose, yeah, suppose now. So class strength, and if I again, so what I have done, let's say here batch 2021, Junaid I am adding as the batch topper, right, at the end. So what should I get as my output here?
Junaid is not added, sir, in 2022.
Yeah, batch 2022, let's say. Let's print batch 2022 dot top performers, right?
Yeah.
Yeah. Fine. I want to print. Let's print both of them. But see, now Junaid is coming here also. That shouldn't have been there, right? It is getting 50 here, but Junaid is getting added to the top performers. What's happening?
So maybe because it is list.
What's happening?
So whenever we create a object, it is creating an clone.
Clone of what? Clone of what?
Of the class.
Clone of the class, correct?
Yes.
Not any other object. So inside 2021, I have added Junaid. But inside 2022 also, it's getting reflected. Why?
But if it is like that, the batch student number of students should be 53. No.
I mean, top performance, you are not giving any person name, I think.
Okay,
So
okay.
by default, the strength of the class is 50.
Yeah, by default, that's correct. That's correct. But yeah, if I am adding from here, if I'm adding 3 to 2021, and from here I'm adding Junaid, if this is getting reflected here, these two should have been reflected. what issues can be there here? What's the problem? See here, when I'm printing class strength of batch 2022, it's coming 50. But yeah, once I have added Junaid inside the top performers list, it's staying back. This is not getting updated, but this is staying back. What's the issue? Any idea?
Sir, please say it again.
So yeah, what I've done here, see. First, I have done what batch 2021 dot add students 3, correct? Called this method add students, and this has updated my class strength to 50. Class strength of the Bhaba has been updated by batch 2021 3 by 3. Now, with batch 2021 object, I have added Junaid as a list inside the list of top performers. Now, what's happening in batch 2022 also, I have just created an object. I'm getting that, yeah. Inside top performers, Junaid is present.
Sir, class attribute,
Sir,
class
because of
methods.
Yeah,
So
sorry.
because of appending, because
Appended.
of we are append, that's why.
Appending where? Inside 2021 copy, right? Not inside 2022.
Sir, when you are creating object to 2021, 2022, 2021 I mean, class attributes are.
What's happening?
Sir,
yeah.
Class attributes, class methods.
Just top performers, I think I have printed. Still, I am getting Junaid as my answer. But I am getting 50 as what? Class strength. Class strength is 50 only, no problem. But what about this?
Sir, in method only we added the append no, sir.
Okay, well, but what I have said, I have added where? I have added where?
In Baba only, no, sir.
2021 object, right? Copy of
Yeah.
20. Whenever I create an object, entire data will be copied. One copy will go here, one copy will go here. Once I write 2021 dot top performers. Once I write this, that means whatever is the copy present inside, you append inside that. This shouldn't affect the 2022 copy, right? Likewise, my class strength is 53 here, but here it is 50 only. Why? Because 3 has been added here, not here. This is the problem, right? Some data that I am updating by some other object, that is getting reflected where? To some other object also. This is a problem or not? I don't want Junaid for 2022. Still it is there. Okay, let's print everything. Let's update everything by, let's say add students have been done. Now, what else we can do here? Change the coordinator here also for batch 2021. Batch 2021 dot change batch coordinator to, let's say, what name you want to give? Who you want to make the coordinator? Let's say now Amar becomes the coordinator. Okay, now, okay, let's not make Amar, but let's make Saurabh the coordinator. Okay, yeah. Now Saurabh is my coordinator, and yeah, batch 2021 dot class strength and as well as batch 2021 dot
New coordinator.
batch coordinator I want to print.
Yeah.
Let's print both of them. Yeah, batch coordinator. Yeah, and yeah, here also. Okay, fine. Here also, let's class strength have been printed as well as let's print
So you have to print
batch 2022 dot batch coordinator, right? For both of them, let's print. Let's see what happens. It's clear. Okay, yeah. See both the data 50 Megha Goswami. That's completely fine. For what? For 2022 object, but 53 Saurabh have been changed, and yeah, but still Junaid is getting reflected in both. I want to remove this Junaid. What will I do?
Add top performer dot pop. I mean, it's removing
No.
last.
I just don't want. This is a new, right? I have done no. Have done what? Nothing inside this. No operation I have done. Still, I am seeing that, okay, the class data was this. How can I get Junaid at the end of my top performers? How can I get? I have to solve this problem, right? This shouldn't be there. Okay, so by what we can solve this? I want to solve this problem because an anomaly is coming. That yeah, some data may be there which are where what happening, the entire class data is getting updated. I don't want that. Here, which data is causing me the problem? The list, right?
yes.
The list that I am having, this is causing me the problem. Rest all are fine. Batch representative, everything, rest all are fine. But yeah, this is causing the problem. Is there any other way where I can keep, where I can do what? Declare my own top performers for a batch. Let's not keep it here. Let's not keep it here. Is there any other way? Okay.
Batch def top performer self comma name. So you can use that term.
So for solving these such kind of problems where you have seen that one data, some data may be there inside the class, what will happen? That data once updated by some object will reflect to other object also. Fine. Now to solve this problem, what I can do, I can have a separate method inside the class that is called constructor. What is it, constructor? What does this constructor mean? Okay, how will we define this? First, let's see. How do we define a constructor? Def _, init. Okay. First parameter self. Now let's say top perform. What is it? Top performers. Let's say I want to initialize here. See what will happen. Now let's say inside this method, I want to initialize the top performers as first say let's say Deepa, then top performers dot append. What's the name? Amar. Next, what names I've kept? Top performers dot append. Let's say let's keep top 3 performers as of now. Junaid. Okay, these 3 will be there. Okay. Now let's try printing, and then I will explain what's happening. I have done what? Defined a separate method called, and that is that separate method is specific called constructor. How do we define it? Def keyword and then double underscore init. Okay. Then first parameter is self, then the top performer list. Okay, I want to make. Okay, top performers dot append. What will happen? Deepa, Amar, and Junaid will be printed. Now let's see what happens. Let's clear everything first. Okay, what's the problem? Requires positional argument. Okay, yeah. Okay, now. Since I have defined a constructor, I have to give a list here. Batch of this, and let's give this an empty. Where is batch 2021? To give a list here, empty list. Let's try now whether we are doing correct or wrong. Again, Baba has no attribute top performers. Where is it?
Is not typing self.
Sir, self log है देखो एक बार.
You cut at the top performer list.
This will be self, I guess. Yeah, self dot top performer.
Yes,
self. Okay, yeah. It again some kind of declaring a variable of class top performer dot append. What's a Baba has no attribute top performers. Is it?
The new, yes, sir.
Line 50.
Sir, we are appending in the list, but where is the list?
Class में तो भाव में है ही नहीं ना top performance.
ठीक है.
Sir, there is no list. That's
Okay. We'll come to that point. Just wait for some time. Some mistake has been in the code. Let me see.
So what is the 364, 365 line?
Okay, yeah, I will explain them. What is it? These are methods, right? 364.
Attribute
There is no class.
है ही नहीं. वहाँ पे class में है ही नहीं कुछ. Variable नहीं है attribute top performance.
Name. Okay, fine. गलत कर रहा हूँ मैं एक चीज. Set of top performance will be equal.
सर आप append function use कर रहे हैं list के लिए, मगर आपने list बनाई नहीं.
रुको, बताते हैं क्या प्रॉब्लम हो रहा है टॉप परफॉर्मर्स. ओके, इसकी तो जरूरत ही नहीं है एक्चुअली. So let's name. Okay, this is what the parameter I will receive from outside. Okay, this is the top performers is a parameter I want to make of the top performers. Okay, Junaid, I think your video is open. Please close that. Okay, let's say this is topper list. I am receiving from outside, and then what I have to do, self dot top performers is equal to topper list. Let's copy it, something like this. Okay, yeah, let's say, where is it? First list will be what? Amar, Deepa, and let's say, what other thing? Saurabh, let's say these are my toppers of 2020 batch. And for 2022, let's say I want to keep where I've declared it toppers as Junaid, Memon, and let's say Shazia. They are the topper of 2022 batch. Correct. Now let's see what happens. Okay, yeah, let's see, clear everything. Let's see whether, okay, yeah. Now let's see what's happening. First, 53 Saurabh, Amar, Deepa, Saurabh, Junaid. Why Junaid? Because I've added Junaid to the top performer. Okay, add top performer, whatever, where is it? Top performer list was, see, I have not defined any top performer outside before these methods. Haven't defined anything. Just said what inside the init method, I have said, okay, self.topperformer is equal to topper list. I have assigned this a list. From where I'm getting the topper list? While defining the object itself, I'm giving a list here. See, while defining an object, I'm giving a list here. From this list, it is taking here this topper list, and it is creating a parameter. Sorry, it is creating an attribute for my object and assigning that the list. Now see here, add student. What I've done? First, I have for object one. Sorry, for batch 2021. What I have done? Batch 2021. I have, while declaring this, I have passed which list? Amar, next Deepa, and Saurabh, right? Now what will happen inside the init method that I have? Inside the init method, I have said self dot topper list, right? Topper list, something like that I have done. What is mean by this? See here, what is mean by this? Init method is there. Inside I have said self.topperformers, self.topperformers. Is there any attribute related to that top performers? Is there any attribute top performers inside my Baba? Then how is it getting accepted? See, top performers, I have defined inside this init method, right? Init method, defined it. But no attribute of topper list is, sorry, top performers is present before this init method. But this top performers is equally getting accessed here also. When I wanted to add inside the topper list Junaid, see, as per the output, it is coming, right? How is it getting? Means what's happening that I am able to separate both the lists. See here, for object one, I am getting Amar, Deepa, Saurabh, Junaid. After updation, Junaid is coming. But yeah, Junaid, Memon, Shazia. This is what I wanted to be topper list for 2022 object. I am getting exactly the same list without any Junaid. Rather a completely different list. How I am getting that? All of you understanding what's happening here? I am, while creating the object itself, I am passing the list to which function, to which method? This init method. Now this init method is doing what? Doing some operation self.topperformers is equal to topper list. Whatever list I have passed, this is getting assigned to something called top performers. What's happening here? So see, this init method is called constructor. This init method is called constructor. Now, this constructor is called whenever a object is created. Whenever you create an object, of a class, this constructor will definitely be called, no matter whether you write it or not. If you don't write, Python will understand that, okay, no constructor has been mentioned here. I have to put inside the class some constructor by myself. Automatically, one constructor Python will include inside the class. You will not be able to know that. Okay. Constructor is what? A method that is called when object of a class is created. How we define it inside a class? Def __ init, and then self, and if any parameter I want to give, I can. Is this clear? What is constructor? First tell me. First tell me this. What is a constructor? Is it clear? How do we define it? What is constructor? A method inside class. What happens when we create an object? When we create an object of a class, this constructor automatically gets called. Automatic, this will be called. You don't need to do anything. Okay. How do we define constructor inside a class? Def. Why? Because constructor is a method. Constructor is what? A method. Then __ init. By this keyword, by this term __ init, Python will know that this particular thing is a constructor. Now inside that you have to give self, and any parameter you want to give, you can do. Is this clear? First tell me. Now when you are giving a parameter inside constructor, you have to give values for it. That is mandatory for calling this constructor. So what I have done now see one thing. Now see one thing. No attribute called top performers is present before this constructor, right? Nowhere it is present inside the class. No attribute. 2021, this particular batch object I have created. Okay. Now suppose inside the constructor I say self.top_performers is equal to list. No top performer attribute is there, right? How can I do this? So inside a constructor, if I am doing this, top performer attribute will be created by its own. Okay. Top performers attribute will be created, and that will be assigned the list, topper list that I am getting, that I am giving to the constructor. Okay. If any attribute that I am mentioning self.top_performers inside constructor, what will happen? This attribute will get created. Will get created only where inside constructor it is possible. Will get created, and if you are giving any parameter, correct? You are giving any parameter and you want to assign that parameter to that attribute, you can do that. So what I have done, I have taken a list. I have taken a list, topper list, and self.top_performers. What will happen? No top performer is there inside the object. While the constructor is called, this top performer got created and that got assigned to the topper list that I have given. Is it fine? Is it understandable how constructor is working? Now, from where did the constructor got called? I have created an object. When do constructor gets called? Automatically when you create an object, right? When you have created 2021 object, this constructor automatically got called. Okay. And if I am to call this constructor, I have to give a list. I have given a list of what? Amar, then what? Deepa and Saurav. This list I have given. This is getting passed to this topper list, and this entire list is getting what? Copied to the top performer parameter. That will get created once this constructor is called. Till here, is it completely understandable? Tell me. what was happening? This list was causing problem. Why? Get the data inside the list once got updated by object of 2021 was getting reflected inside object of 2022. So to solve this problem, what I have done, didn't declare any attribute where inside the class. Any list I haven't declared. What I have done, what I will say, okay, now once you create the object, I will use a method called constructor. Declare that particular attribute you want to keep inside the constructor, and whatever list you want to give, please give it to me, give it inside the constructor. Inside now top performance, once this attribute gets created, will get assigned to the topper list. When the constructor will be called, once the object is, once I'm creating the objects, this constructor automatically will be getting called. Okay. Please tell me now, is it clear or not? Any problem? Okay, we'll discuss the concept of constructors again tomorrow. Okay. We'll take this entire problem again tomorrow, that what was happening, why, and how to define constructors. Okay. Okay, let's do the MCQs and okay, fine. Let's do some MCQs and then we will wrap up today. Okay, giving you the first MCQ. Okay, given you the MCQs. And yeah. Let me create the attendance. Yeah, I've created the attendance also. Please, all of you mark your attendance.
Sir, in fourth question,
Yeah.
Content of the class can be empty. Sir, no, na. If we do not write anything, we can't create an object. It will give an error.
No, we can have an empty content class. We'll show tomorrow. How can we have? Okay.
Sir, I have a doubt. Can I share a screen?
Yes, yes. Share. Okay, just,
So you have disabled the sharing.
yes, yes, yes. Now you can share.
So here I am creating a project that if I get I input one, I have to run this method, but I can't able to run this method. There's an error that create student is not defined, but I have already created here.
Okay, so can you write self.create student? Can you try something like that? Self.create student. Yeah, anyone who have marked your attendance, you can leave. Happening.
Yes, sir.
Yeah. Okay.
Thank you, sir.
Yeah. Thanks.
हेलो
या हेलो,
सर, कानू बोल रहा हूँ
बोलो।
सर। हमारा जो इवैल्यूएशन हुआ ना, तो उसमें मेरे को बोले कि एक्सप्लेन करने के लिए म्यूटेबल क्या है और इम्यूटेबल क्या है। ये करिकुलम का अंदर था क्या सर?
क्या क्या?
म्यूटेबल क्या है और इम्यूटेबल क्या है?
लिस्ट और टपल्स में जो पूछा था।
हाँ,
आइडियली
लेकिन
होना
वो
तो नहीं चाहिए, लूप्स के अंदर था वो, तुम्हारा तो सिलेबस लूप्स के ही अंदर था।
हाँ, लेकिन वो मेरे को पूछे ऐसा, तो मैं तो जवाब दे दिया, बट ऐसा पूछना चाहिए था कि सर।
सिंस की तुमने शायद लिस्ट और टपल्स कवर किया है,
हाँ,
इसीलिए।
मैंने तो जवाब दे दिया। ऐसा तो कुछ बात नहीं है। और एक सर, उन्होंने एक चीज बोले कि हम कैसे पता करेंगे कि ये म्यूटेबल है कि नहीं। एक डाटा डी डीएल या डी पैरेंथेसिस लेके कुछ ऐसा एड्रेस करने के लिए कुछ सिंटैक्स बताए थे, लेकिन वो मेरे को समझ में नहीं आया कुछ।
अच्छा,
वो क्या चीज होता है सर? मैं
अच्छा,
बता दिया कि ये मैंने कभी पढ़ा नहीं है।
ओके, कैसे पता करेंगे कि ये म्यूटेबल है या नहीं?
हाँ, एक डेटा हमको दे दिया गया है और हम लोग कैसे पता करेंगे कि यूजर ने हमको कुछ बताया नहीं। हम यूजर है, जो प्रोग्रामर है वो बताया नहीं।
ओके
फिर उसको
फाइन,
हम
चलो देखते हैं ये कल। ठीक है, कल या तो पॉसिबल सैटरडे।
सैटरडे,
या
ओके। और एक सर, और एक पूछे थे कि एक लिस्ट दिए थे, लिस्ट के अंदर से 27 से ग्रेटर देन जो रहेगा उसको रिमूव करने के लिए बोले थे। लेकिन
सॉरी,
मैंने रिमूव,
क्या हुआ?
ग्रेटर देन 27 जो रहेगा और इजिकल टू 27, वो रिमूव करने के लिए बोले। मैंने उसको किया, लेकिन सर एग्जैक्टली 28 ही रिमूव नहीं हो रहा था।
ओके,
वो ऐसा क्यों हो रहा था मेरे को समझ में नहीं आया।
27 को रिमूव करना है?
नहीं, 27 से जो बड़ा रहेगा उसको रिमूव करना था, और लिस्ट में मेरा था 5, 6, 27, 28, 45 एंड 3 and 4।
ओके,
तो
कैसे कैसे लिस्ट में रिमूव कैसे करते हैं? पहले तो लूप चलाओ, इफ कंडीशन चेक करो, नंबर ग्रेटर देन लिस्ट है, बस उसको रिमूव कर दो।
हाँ, नहीं, तो फिर मैंने पूछा भी कि 27 को भी रिमूव क्या करना है क्या। फिर मैंने 27 को इजिकल टू लेके किया, ग्रेटर देन और इजिकल टू 27। फिर उसके बाद मैं लिस्ट को प्रिंट किया, लेकिन उसमें से 28 रिमूव ही नहीं हो रहा था।
चलो ठीक, देखते हैं क्या किया था, एक बार तुम्हारा कोड भी देखना पड़ेगा।
लेकिन सर पीसी में नहीं हूँ मैं।
अच्छा ठीक है, सैटरडे लाना, देखते हैं। ठीक,
हाँ, वो कोड मैंने लिख के रखा है मैंने,
ठीक है,
जो मैंने किया था। ठीक है सर, सैटरडे को ये दोनों चीज थोड़ा डाउट क्लियर करवा दीजिएगा।
या श्योर, कर देंगे पक्का।
जी सर, थैंक यू।
ठीक है, थैंक यू।